Hi there. To the diving book for the weekend. Yeah. Where are we going? Nungaroo. Nungaroo. How the hell do you spell Nungaroo? Fellow Toastmasters, guests. That was a conversation very similar to many I had in my first few years of moving to New Zealand. When I first got here and I wanted to start getting around, I found a few challenges. New Zealand place names. They really did get me. I then discovered maps. Street maps were by and large useless. And then thirdly, I discovered that car is king. So tonight, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about those three topics and my early experiences, sometimes my ongoing experiences, with New Zealand place names, the maps, and the car. So when I decided I was going to move to New Zealand, at least for a while, I thought, it's an English-speaking country. I'm going to be in my comfort zone. This is cool. How hard can it be? And as some of you remember from a few weeks ago when I presented, I'm dyslexic. So when I arrived here, and I found words like that, think how stuffed I was. No. I was really struggled with it. It's knowing how to spell it, pronounce it, read it, or even recognise the name when I'd driven through it, where with some interesting challenges. I eventually got my head around Narrawai here. And then I started navigating it by, that's the one that's got the big BP station on the corner. So you use other names, but you get to learn it. Another one that I came across very early when I got here was Tutukaka. Tutukaka is probably my favourite place in New Zealand, because it's where I go diving from. When we first got here, my partner was booking some diving for us. And she phoned up one of the diving companies and said, I'd like to go diving in Kakatuta. And they went, I beg your pardon? She said, yeah, Kakatuta. And they went, we've never heard of that. And she said, it's really famous, it's like the Poor Knights. And they went, Tutukaka. Well, that might be it. And actually, the words are equally alien, whichever way round you say it. Kakatuta, Tutukaka. It could be right. And to all I know, there is a Kakatuta in New Zealand. I've never actually looked it up, and maybe I should one day. And then I started actually relaxing a bit when I came across this place. Whangarei is a place that I've driven through a lot. And having spent a lot of time in Tutukaka, which is not far from Whangarei, you get to hear it said a lot. And every time I heard it said differently. I heard Whangarei, Wongarei, Wongarai. And for a couple of months I thought, God, there's a lot of places around here that sound similar. And then I realised, oh no, it's all the same city. It's just that no one can actually agree how you pronounce it. And at that point, I started relaxing a little bit. If all the locals can't agree how to pronounce it, this English guy's not going to get away with too much trouble because he can't pronounce it correctly either, so I'll just join the list. So I started to get my head around places. That's when I found out how useless these things are. There's several reasons why street maps are useless. One, if you can't spell that, how do you look it up in a map? So the absence of being able to spell the place, the map is not much good. Secondly, I discovered quite quickly that people don't actually know street names. City Road, up in the city. Most people wouldn't know where it is, but a road named as obviously a city road in the city, you'd think everyone would know where it is. But I only know where it is because it happens to be next to my office. If it wasn't for that, I'd have no idea. But I could describe the road and everybody knows which road I'm talking about. And I discovered that when I lived somewhere. Wyndham Street. It's just down the road here. No one knows where Wyndham Street is, or very few people. And that was, when I first moved here, I found the really weird thing about why these are absolutely useless. Everyone navigates by what used to be somewhere, not what's there now. This map does not say, this used to be the Air New Zealand Tower, this used to be somewhere else. You need to know that to get around. So when I first lived here, I lived in the Heritage, an apartment in the Heritage Hotel. Now, who here knows where the Heritage is? It's just around the corner here. When I say to people, I live in the Heritage on the corner of Hobson Street and Wyndham Street. Okay. Hobson, okay. Wyndham, nah, sorry. Which one's that? And I learned, after I'd been there a few weeks, it's the Old Farmers Building. And then everyone knew exactly what I meant. Oh, I live in the Old Farmers Building. Oh, excellent, that's a really cool building. And they navigated by that. But it's not on the map. So by now I was starting to get some grips. I could find some place names. have a reasonable crack in pronouncing them. I could use the bits of the map, and I'd actually learned what all the old buildings were. I know where Decca used to be. I now know the Air New Zealand Tower, as it's still called now. It's actually the AMP Tower for all of you who don't know it's changed recently, but everyone still calls it. I was down by the AMP Tower downtown. So I started getting around that, and then I discovered the next one. You need these, and you need the car attached to them. The car is king. When we started looking for somewhere to live, we went along to various places, and we'd turn up by bus, which didn't seem unusual. You know, there's quite a nice bus service around central Auckland. And we'd turn up for these houses, we'd stroll up, meet the agent, hi, and then kind of you'd see him looking around. Where'd you park? Oh no, we got the bus here. And of course the agent sort of looked and go, you got the bus? Do you know how much the rent is on this place? With the clear implication that if you didn't drive there, you clearly couldn't afford the rent. And we had that on numerous occasions, but yeah, you need the car. And then you get it a bit further when you start trying to move around a bit and you actually want to travel some distance out of the city, you really do need to start looking at using the car. In a couple of weeks' time, I want to go down to Ohakuni, which is another place name that took me a while to get my head around. And I need to come back at a different time to the other people I'm going with. So I was thinking, I don't really want to take two cars. I'll get a lift down and get some other way back again from Ohakuni. Trains. Only if you want to travel at 8 AM on Friday, Saturday or Sunday, you can use a train. Other than that, forget the train. Oh, bus. There's one bus a day, and it's not at a convenient time, and it's not good. So back to, I'm going to have to take another car just to be able to actually get back at any time, midweek, without, having my own car isn't possible. So, getting around in New Zealand, after a while, really what you need to do is get used to place names, throw away one of these, and get yourself one of these.